Blessed is he who comes in the name of our God. Blessed is he.
Let me teach you something. Stop listening to some of these profitless things that you engage your mind in. Some of you submit your mind. Your mind is immersed in largely godless thoughts, from music to things you watch, and then you expect that your speaking will not resonate with what you have followed. No, there has to be constructive change in your life. If it is true that you are royalty, then it must affect your speaking. I spoke as a child. When I was a child, I spake like a child. Number two, I understood as a child. Number three, I taught as a child. But when I became mature, I became a man, I put what? What did the Bible call them? It didn't call them cultural things. It called them childish things. There are things you have to be willing to put aside. Seeing then that we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, it says, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that doth easily beset us, and then to run with perseverance the race that is set before us. For someone, you came to church tonight and God is speaking to you. It's time to lay aside childish things, childish arguments, childish discussions, childish attitudes. It's time to grow. Validate your being in church by producing fruits that befit a Christian. If we are to dig into this issue of kings and priests, let me touch a bit on it. Kings dress well. Kings dress well. Kings dress well. Don't just clap, listen. There is no madman who says I'm a madman. The first way you know a madman is by his behavior and by his apparel. Many of us, and I'm not a judgmental person, I'm quite a conservative person and quite liberal, but then let me tell you the truth. There are many of you, both male and female. Don't even think I'm talking about ladies, or both male and female. I've seen some of you, the way that you dress, and then the things you are asking that I should pray for you for. I already know that it's not even just, even if it's released from heaven, your persona, it would run away from you. Remember, I told you that what you are looking for is also looking for you, but not this version of you. Hold on, please listen. I love you. I have a commitment to help you. From today, act like royalty. Iron your cloth. Don't say it is cheap. No. Don't dress and look like a thief. Dress and look like an irresponsible person just because you are coming to the house of God. No. Discipline yourself. Be careful the things you ship from around the world. You are a child of God. Are we together? Dress well. Look at yourself. Ask wise people to look at you. That's right. No. These are the implications of being royalty. And don't you say I should not talk to you about it. My son, he says, pay attention to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your heart. It says they are life to those who find them. Some of you, this is what you need to change in your life. Even if God gives you 1 million, you will spend it on riotous living, and you will not invest in the things that are consistent with royalty. The shoe might be cheap, polish it. If you are leaving your hair, comb it, look nice, look smart. Don't look like somebody who is not going anywhere. And don't say it does not matter. Are we together? The liberty God has given us is not for licentiousness. We must obtain grace to be responsible people. Grace to be responsible people. And then let me tell you this. There is no king that sits on a throne who is dull. In fact, most kings justify their royalty through the excellency of their understanding. That means if it is true that you are royalty, it's time to re-edit your thinking, your concepts, and be rich unto God, full of spiritual understanding. Hallelujah. That you know what to do. If it is true that you are royalty and you have been in church for a while, you should not be at a loss as to what to do about the matters of life, whether it's in your own life or that of others. Someone comes to you as a believer who has been around for a while. I'm trusting God for financial increase. You don't know what to tell the person. I'm trusting God to be free from demons. You say, go and listen to a message. That is wonderful. But when you who has listened to it, why don't you understand it and now be an interpreter of that thing? Everybody say spiritual understanding. Yes, sir. At this point in your life, it may not be fair to say you should know everything, but at least if you don't know something about prayer, you should know something about giving. You should know something about relationships. You should know something about the dynamics of manifesting spiritual realities. You cannot be a blessing in